Greetings, salutations, and thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
All right, so February 19th kicks off the big tour with Carcass and Slayer. How excited are you guys to be hitting the road with your old buddies in Slayer and with Carcass as well?
Oh, well, you said it, man. It doesn't get any better than that, and what a great way to start off our year.
Yeah.
It's every tour we've ever toured with Slayer, it's a good time, so, right away we knew, well, can't pass up this tour, even though we're in the middle of working on the record. It's like, if you get an offer to play with Slayer, you go.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't say as I would do it any differently. So touring with Slayer has obviously happened a lot in the past with you guys. You guys are all old friends. You guys invented thrash together. So, but, you guys, how do you guys feel about playing with Carcass? Do you guys follow their music? They're one of the pioneers of melodic death metal.
Yeah, totally. They're doing a great, since they've been back, playing around, putting out some great records as well. Bands in our era still putting out good shit too. So it's going to be great. I think the fans are going to be in for a great show with the three bands on this bill.
Absolutely. So you guys have been to and have played at a lot of places, but is there anywhere that Testament has not yet played that is on the bucket list for you guys?
Definitely like New Zealand. Haven't been, to New Zealand yet. Been pretty much everywhere else. There's a lot of, I like playing just these weird off the wall places we've never been and try to tell our agent, hey, if we haven't been there, let's go if we get an offer.
Absolutely. So with, we heard recently from Eric Peterson that there is an untitled single off the upcoming album that has already been recorded. Is there any chance that you guys will be playing that song live on this tour?
No way.
No?
No. It's just, it's, we only have 8 songs on this tour. So, and you don't want, that's a single come out. You don't want, the last thing you want is people to keep recording it on their phones and pass around it. The worst, awful sounding recordings of your new stuff. When you got a new record getting ready to come out. So, probably not, plus, we got to hit them hard and fast with stuff. We got, like I said, 8 songs. I probably won't be talking much. I'll probably just say hello and goodbye at the end.
There you go.
And just slam through the set, because there's no time.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. But speaking of the single, Eric also said that it has the fastest blast beat that Gene Hoglan has ever played. Can you tell us anything more about that?
Yeah, actually, I just got it today. They tracked it, and Eric just finished his guitar tracks last night. So he just, before I started getting on the phone about half an hour ago, I got the track and listened to it for the first time. Well, I knew the song, but I heard it only as a demo. And now I got the real tracks, and it's pretty sick.
Nice. So with all of you guys' previous albums, you guys have never really gone 100% thrash start to finish. There's always been a few songs that are pure thrash fury and then a more diverse sound built around it. Do you think that the upcoming album, the upcoming addition to the discography will be more of the same as that, or do you think it will lean more towards the aggressive or melodic side of Testament's musical personality?
Eric just kind of writes as he feels. So yeah, there is a little bit of everything, but definitely he's got his foot to the pedal a little more on this record. The tempos are a lot faster, and there's more blast beats going on all over the place. But again, there is some other stuff. There's no ballad. There's nothing that slow like we did on the last record, but there is some one mid-tempo tune. But it ends up thrashing anyhow. So nice. It's definitely, like I said, it has his foot on the gas a little more on this record. Nice.
So your voice, is fantastically aggressive and solid as a chunk of steel. Do you do anything to help maintain your voice and keep it healthy while on the road?
Well, no, on the road, well, I try not to wake up with hangovers. That's probably the number one thing. if you drink too much with a hangover, you had too much, and then your voice is just kind of like tired and shot.
Oh yeah.
At least for me. So that's the one thing. But I mean, I think my voice is stronger than ever now. I think it's like anything you do. If you're a weightlifter, you lift weights all your life, you're probably going to be pretty strong at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing vocally. You keep doing it enough and using those muscles and stuff. You just kind of, it's like muscle memory, kind of. So I think I've built up a strong point where I can't scream anymore like that, and I don't even try to. I know my range, and I kind of just stick with it now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Nice. So when we talk about the sound of the upcoming album, Alex said that it's almost like a continuation of Dark Roots, while Eric has said that it is more of a demonic or Burning Times vibe to it. So what, in your opinion, do you think comes closest to it?
Well, it's definitely not Dark Roots that way. I think I would say I agree with Eric a little more. It's a little more chunkier, but it's like I said, but it has a lot of blast beat stuff in there where
mm-hmm.
It gets thrashier. So that's why it's kind of been more of a challenge for me too, because it's something Eric's doing different. It's just not the norm for me to go, oh, okay, that's like this song. I'll write this. It's a challenge, so I enjoy the challenge. It's just, and I enjoy the reward once I find the right melody to fit his stuff, because he's all over it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So on a personal note now, it's been 15 years since you were diagnosed and treated for a testicular cancer that wasn't in your testicles. So in the time, since beating that, has there been any long-term after effects that have continued to affect you to this day?
No, the only thing I still have from that thing is a bad big toenail. That's it. The chemotherapy, somehow that nail just never grew back right.
Really?
That's it. Besides that, the scars, that's it, man.
Yeah. That's an odd thing to be haunting you years later, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to plan the right tattoo now on it. So
there you go. So give us, if you will, a personal perspective on the current state of metal music from your vantage point. Do you think that metal is losing its edge as time goes by, or do you think it's just as strong as ever in light of the state of the industry?
Well, I think it's strong in the light of the industry, just because I don't know why, but metal always gets a bad rap for some reason, mm-hmm. and corporate world or whatever, and I don't know why, but I think it is stronger. But I do see, and I watch, it just seems that fans are buying less records than they did in the past, for sure. Mm-hmm. And it's getting smaller. I thought I seen maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, records were on the rise, I'd felt, and then they kind of topped off, and I don't know, man, it's I don't know what it is, but people are still going to see concerts, and that seems to be like all the band's bread and butters these days is mm-hmm. shows and T-shirts and going on the road, seems to be it, because it's tough in the record business.
Yeah. That's across the board, it seems. But so now, as far as it goes, as everybody knows, in the recent past, there's been a lot of big losses in the music world in general. Are there any losses of musicians that have recently passed away that have affected you personally?
Well, they all affect me. I mean,
mm-hmm.
When you lose somebody that's, when somebody's music is a part of who you are because you grew up on them or got the opportunity to become friends with them, it does affect you. But on the other hand, you look at it and you celebrate it as well, especially like, wow, these friends and these people have got to do what they love to do and had the opportunity to do it for so long. Example like Lemmy. I mean, God, he he was on stage right up through that end, you know.
Yeah.
And I guarantee he would probably want it no other way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure a lot of musicians probably feel the same way, you know. And that's what we do. We do it as long as we can until we can't do it anymore, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Until someone's telling you get off stage.
Yeah. So, with all the new metal bands coming out nowadays, you know, all the young people taking up the flag that you guys have planted so long ago. Let's say that someone just starting off comes up to you and asks you for advice. What could make his career better? What could make his playing or singing or whatever any better? What advice would you give to a young musician just starting out?
Well, like any young musician starting out, it's like anybody. You start out sex, drugs, rock and roll. Let's do it. Let's go. We're going to rage. You know, it gets to a point where you got to be careful because, you know, you assume that lifestyle, then some people have addictive personalities and, you know, next thing you know, it's ruining their career because of that part of it took over their life. So there's a balance. So you have to be prepared, and it all depends on what kind of personality you have. You know, so I could advise people like that. You know, when I see young bands, you know, like we managed Shattered Sun, a new band coming out, and first time they've hit the road, they went on a tour with us, and the whole thing was, you know, just my further advice was just, you know, the party, and that's my only words. You want to be able to make tomorrow's show and feel good, and you want to kick ass for these fans. So, you know, there you go.
Yep, find that balance. I get you, man. Hey, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. It's been an honor to speak with you.
Hell yeah, man. We'll see how you're going to make one of the shows.
I'm going to try like hell.
All right.
Alrighty.
All right. We'll see you then.
Later.
Bye now.